On this episode, we're putting each other on the spot with a game of Disney Truth or Dare, and this is the Resort Edition, featuring hotel hot takes and impossible resort decisions. Today's May 14th, 2026, and this is episode 870 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey guys!
If you want to be part of the community and join the conversation, get the latest theme park news, as well as live streams from the parks and resorts, head to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic, and on TikTok at MSM Podcast.
Planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World can be overwhelming and at times just downright frustrating. But don't worry, because Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.
Are you ready for your bucket list trip? Our trusted partner, MEI Travel, will handle the planning so you can focus on the memories. They offer free vacation planning services and have nearly 20 years of experience creating memorable vacations. Visit mainstmagic.com/travel for a fee-free, no-obligation quote today.
Well, hello everyone.
Hey, Aunt Bethany.
I feel like I'm apologizing a lot lately. I'm
think,
sorry for the sound. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I asked Jeremy, I just asked him before we went live, like, what do I need to watch for? I always do. Like one time, like his laptop wasn't plugged in, so his battery was going to die. And I was like, ooh, I caught it. And then one time his mic went out and I caught it. But now I'm like,
yeah, I don't know what happened. So we were so ahead of the game because I was gone all last Saturday and Sunday at the Welcome to Rockville Festival with Kaylin. So we recorded I think Friday night at 7 p.m. or something.
Yes, we did.
And we're all set for Tuesday. We're going to get our episodes out on time. And then I sat down Monday and half of our tracks were just blank. There's just gone. I don't know what happened. It wasn't like one mic cut out. And the thing is, it kept recording. So I don't know. I think maybe the new office has a ghost in it.
That's not funny. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
I don't know how, because we literally stripped it down to the bare bones.
I know. It's actually a simpler
it is literally,
process and everything.
I mean, it is literally like brand new floors. There was concrete and walls.
Yeah. Yep.
And we painted the walls. And we put brand new floors there.
There's a ghost in these here walls. So,
okay.
Did you know my grandma had a ghost in her cabinet? They called it a haint.
What the heck does that mean?
It's like a ghost that I think is stuck between two worlds, but I don't know if it's one that's specifically stuck in an object. In her dining room, there was a cabinet in the corner. I can't remember where it came from or who built it, but they claim that there was a haint. This ghost in the
what
cabinet.
did it
Everyone
do?
On that side of my family, it would make noises or I think the doors would sometimes open or something weird.
No,
I don't know.
No.
But anyway, that's where we spend our
do
Thanksgiving and Christmas meals growing up. So
No.
probably explains a lot about me. But what we're gonna do? So we recorded this entire episode. And boy, it was the best work we have ever done in our entire lives. So sorry, folks, never get to hear it.
So hopefully did you put half of it out?
No. So it would have taken me just as long, I think, to go back. I'd already we're doing Truth or Dare again. I'd already thrown all the questions in the trash. I would have had to reprint them. I would have had to go back through, listen to the ones we answered.
Oh, no. I mean, did you you could have cut it off and acted like that was it. Sorry.
No, because that happened the week before with the dang food episode on the Destiny. Last 15 minutes of the show didn't post, so I had to re-upload that one. So I'm telling you, there's something going on in this room.
Okay, that's not, I don't like that, because
if you guys hear sirens during this episode, call somebody.
I don't like that because I would have to get rid of it then.
Well, just keep an eye on this screen and we'll be good.
Okay.
All right. As it doesn't advance. All right, here we go. So we're going to do our Truth or Dare. If you go back a couple episodes ago, we did our park edition. And what this is truths. We have 2 hats. One is filled with truth questions. One is filled with dare questions. And we will choose them at random. We'll go back and forth, 10 rounds, truth or dare. The truths are kind of like honest takes or hot takes that you're gonna answer this question with. And the dares are more like a tough decision or choice that you have to make. Of course, this will be about resorts. So on your turn, you will pick truth or dare. Whatever you pull, that's it. You got to answer. You can't skip it. You can't swap it out. And just stick with it. Back your answer up. If it's a hot take, you think it's something people aren't going to like, just stick with it. I like to let Rhonda go first. So
I think
Rhonda,
I'm going to do a truth
or dare?
because last time I did a dare and it took.
And look what happened.
Yeah.
That's what went wrong with everything. Rhonda picked a dare last time to start. So, all right, Rhonda's first truth question. What's one Disney resort restaurant people hype up way too much?
California Grill.
Why?
Not because of the atmosphere, the location, and the fireworks, but because of the food, in my opinion. Now,
yeah, the
I
prefix.
really liked it a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And funny enough, I was showing my mommy pictures, and when it was Top of the World,
Yep.
I ate there as a child. And I said a child on my mom's hip, and it was my mom and my mother, grandmother. So my mommy's mom and me. And I'm assuming Daddy took the picture. And with that being said, we were trying to guess my age, and my mommy was like, well, I don't see Daniel. And if he's obviously not there, which again, my parents wouldn't do that. They were never parents that were like, oh, well, let's take just Rhonda.
Right.
So obviously I was,
This kid eats too much. Leave him at home.
I was under 2.5.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And mommy didn't look pregnant in the picture. And
Yeah.
if she was, I was a year and a half, 2,
That's so
give or
funny.
take. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Like, you never knew that you went there.
I never knew
until
because I
all
was
of a
like,
sudden.
Mommy,
Yeah.
we're at the Contemporary. Why? What were we doing?
Yep.
She goes, there was a restaurant that we ate at called Top of the World. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Do you think
So-
the menu was better back then than it is now with
I'm-
the prefix?
I would, yes, like
Yeah.
to venture to say so.
Do you think because I have the same opinion on the prefix menu, do you think we would have that opinion so strongly if that's the way it had always been? If we didn't get to experience the standard menu, you know what I mean?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean,
we
'cause-
probably have, we'd hold it in higher regards at this point, I would say.
Yeah, and then I also think, unfortunately, they probably did it because, I mean, they had so much to choose from.
Yeah.
I think I would go up there and just have like a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
I'd make a reservation to have like a couple appetizers, and that's
you
it.
are the problem.
I know. Well, because I just think of like Ale and Compass and that
Right.
coffee that we had. I would
Yeah.
love to go and just like, can I have a
Right.
cup of coffee and a pastry
Yeah.
of some sort? You
You'd
know,
be like, no, you're taking up all our table space.
Correct.
Now we got to go to a prefix.
Correct.
All right, I'm going to go with a dare. And so just keep an eye on the screen. Make sure nothing cuts out. Here's my dare.
Well, when it doesn't advance, I can't. And here's your dare. Upgrade one moderate resort into a deluxe. Which deserves it?
This is going to be like deja vu because I had this question
I know.
last time. Coronado Springs.
Yeah.
And you know, Grand Destino Tower took this over the edge. It took it from a moderate to a moderate plus, if we want to call it, because the only thing that it is truly missing that really would make it a deluxe resort is balconies.
And then
know?
they could probably add them on. They just got to put
No, don't give me that. Don't give me that
I'm just kidding.
swan and dolphin little rinky-dink concrete platform sticking out. But
No, I'm kidding.
yeah, I mean, you know, and even when you look, like, it's not even about interior exterior rooms because you have things like Old Key West and Saratoga Springs that have exterior entry, but they do have balconies.
Yeah.
We have a slide at the
yeah.
pool, of course. You know, you
It's a
have
nice large
Yeah,
pool.
you have multiple restaurants and, you know, wonderful
Multiple
dining
restaurants.
amenities. the size, everything. It's an easy upgrade to a deluxe.
Even with the tower and having the restaurants upstairs.
Oh
like
my gosh,
that,
yeah.
that's very deluxe-y.
Like if you blindfolded someone or just someone who didn't know a ton of, I guess, enough about Disney or the rankings or I guess the categories of the resorts, I should say, and you walk them into Grand Destino Tower and you said, "Is this a value, a moderate, or deluxe?" Most people are immediately just gonna say deluxe. Now they wouldn't have had to look at the room or whatever, but 100% truth or dare, Rhonda.
I'll do a dare.
You do a dare. Pick it out of the hat. By the way, the truths are in a Disney hat. The dares are in a Universal hat. So, all right. Disney announces that they're building one brand new resort. What theme or concept do you want most?
Villains.
Villains Resort.
Yeah, especially now I feel like after like being on the Destiny and having that villain like stuff.
yeah.
I mean, we weren't in a villain room or anything, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, and then having the villains land that they're supposed to be putting in Magic
so
Kingdom.
stick it on the backside of Magic. Have an
Sure.
its own
Sure.
entry into
Yep.
Villains Land. If you could have 4 sections, right? A lot of our resorts
In the
are
resort,
in the
okay.
resort. What 4 villains would you model each of those?
Well,
sections
Maleficent
off
for
of?
sure.
100%.
I would probably do a guy for, the boys. Like
Hades.
I
that'd be
don't
cool?
know. That or Jafar.
Oh, Jafar would be very good. I like Jafar better than the Hades one.
I do too. Like, I'm thinking, like, because I've seen him in person. Like, I mean,
You've met Jafar? In
not
person?
met
Oh, he
him,
was
but
there.
I've seen him from afar in character.
You saw him from Jafar?
Afar.
You were Jafar away
Yeah.
from him?
Yeah. So, and he's good
Yeah.
and character.
Yeah. Well, I think of, I also think around that theming of like, you'd have that whole, that section of that, like Morocco is such a wonderful country
Yeah.
and the theming of it in World Showcase, having that part of it. What about like an evil queen?
I started to
feel
say,
would
I
just
feel like
be
2
a
more.
must.
So I would do Maleficent, Jafar. I would probably do, and I'm trying to think of like, I mean, but I feel like, Disney's already kind of, but probably evil queen. And then maybe Scar, but I'm trying to think. I feel like there's a better one.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. Maybe Hades. Yeah, 2 girls, 2 women. I mean, 2 men, 2 girls, 2 men.
Sounds good. All right, you know what? I'm going to go with another dare. I'm just breaking all the rules today. So
Why? I
here
didn't
is
know
my
if there
dare
was a
question.
rule.
There's really not.
Okay, saying.
But I just want to flip-flop back and forth.
Which resort would make the best retirement community?
Old Key West.
Okay.
I feel like it's the most chill and laid back.
Yeah.
It's based after the Keys, the
Right.
Florida Keys. Florida in general is huge in retirement. Lots of older folks move down here, go down to the Keys. I think, right there by the, with all the amenities and by the lobby, this nice, open air area, Olivia's Cafe.
Yeah.
Just seems like the place that
For all
you're
the
sitting
old
down
people
with Edna and, every morning for breakfast and getting your grits. And then the pool, I think, lends very well to a retirement community. And then right next to it, there are the tennis courts. There's shuffleboard. There's that activity center. So
Next
to
thing
me,
you know,
that
Disney's
just-
first retirement
seriously,
community.
I mean, that's what they need. I'm shocked they don't have one already. All right, on a truth or dare.
I'm going to do a dare again.
Dare again? All right. Look at us. All right. Your dare is you can only visit one resort lobby for the rest of your life. Which one is it?
Oh my goodness.
That's a
One
tough one.
resort lobby. One resort lobby.
That's it, man.
Wilderness Lodge.
Wilderness?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Well, I was thinking there were so
What's-
many things I was thinking.
I mean, you got to,
If it's
think
raining.
thinking involving it to the restaurants that are available, the shopping, the
Well, I was
chill factor.
I was thinking of everything. The chill, the like raining, the Major Sun, all of it, and then Christmas.
Of course.
If I can't ever visit another one.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess Wilderness.
Yeah. It'd be a
Because
toss-up. It'd be a toss-up for me between that, honestly, and I think Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Because I feel like I could go also from there to, I mean, I would assume, over to the DVC.
Oh, Copper Creek and that little kind of lobby area.
Right. It's not really a lobby.
I'll
but
give it to you.
But you can, like, it's just nice. Like,
That's very much a Rhonda thing to say, to kind of bend those rules a little bit. But you know what? I'll give it to you. I think you picked a winner. All right.
but it's not a lobby. You don't go in and check in over there.
No, you do not.
You check in at Wilderness Lodge, where at Animal Kingdom Lodge, you don't get both. You check in at whatever
Jumbo
one.
or
right.
Kidani.
So Wilderness to me, because when you go over to Copper Creek, it is very like your home. Like this is my living room because I have to go to my room, but this is my living room area. And then the trains back there, you can
There's a fireplace.
you
nice
can
chill
rock,
areas.
you can. Oh my gosh!
I love me some Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah.
I picked a truth this time around.
What resort would you book tomorrow if money didn't matter?
Polynesian. Yeah, I mean, well, you know,
Wow.
yes and no, because
I'm almost shocked you didn't say Riviera.
Well, part of me wants to say Grand Flo or Riviera because we haven't stayed there.
Correct.
Now, we are staying at Riviera in September with Chuck and Amy. So I would be inclined to say Grand Flo.
Right.
But, man, I'm just thinking of Polly in the tower, like a 2-bedroom, like, you know, or whatever. I mean, just, yeah, Polly is, I know I get stuck, right? I get stuck on things.
Yeah.
That I love for a very short time and get very involved in and make it my whole personality. And right now, for hotels, that's the Poly. You know, like we're going to get to be there July 2nd through 5th, staying at the Poly, right?
With our bestest friends.
Yeah, which is just incredible to me.
Yeah.
That we're going to be there for 3 nights. Like, Rob and Tina are going to come down the
'cause our
second day
kids,
and join us because the kids backed out. So they have much cooler things to do.
But they're old now.
They are.
I mean, it's...
Yeah, who wants to see the greatest fireworks in the world, the 250th anniversary of the country? But yeah, just to think that like we get to be there, there's no other place on property I'd rather be for that than the Poly. You know, no, we're not going to be in the tower, but still, I don't care.
And we're not going to be in a janitor's closet because then we got Rob and Tina coming with us. But it's still great. Doesn't matter where we stay. It's still going to be great.
I'm excited. All right, truth or dare, Rhonda?
I'm going to go back to a truth.
A truth. All right. And Rhonda's truth question is, which resort has the best overall smell?
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. They all pump their different smells.
They do. I'm going to probably go ahead and say beach. Because
I was like thinking in my head yacht or beach, yeah.
Yeah, and I the only reason I think I want to say beach is because, unfortunately, I don't know. I haven't had yacht and beach together, and like the smells like next to each other, basically. Right. I actually coming into summer just were at Bath and Body Works and needed some lotion, and unfortunately they didn't have my Rapunzel, but they did have beach. And I was like, oh, I think I like this smell. And I got it, and I do. And I'm going to say the candle company that we get from, we have gotten the beach smell from there wonderful. Before. So, beach.
Yeah. Yacht and beach.
Final answer.
Either one of the. Poly's pretty wonderful, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it definitely something just evokes. Like, I can't describe. I'm not good at describing smells like that. But until I hit it. Like if I walked in somewhere, I could be like, oh, that smells like the Poly. But I couldn't tell you right now what the Poly smells like to me.
I think it's funny. We've been in Bath and Body Works, and lately, not lately, but just any time, sometimes Kaylin will smell something and goes, that smells like the Haunted Mansion, or that smells like this. And I'm like, really?
Do you, they have a Mandalorian in Grogu?
Smell?
stuff now there. Yeah, I mean they have like a whole line they just brought out.
Did not. How? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know
that
what that's.
smell like?
I,
All right,
I
what
don't
are
think
you
it. I don't think it would smell good. Do you think Grogu smells good? Do you think the Mando smells good?
No.
He's covered head to toe
I
all
know.
the
Ooh,
time. What do
sweaty.
you think that
Blech.
helmet smells like? Right. All right. I picked a. What
What
I
did
pick?
you
I picked
pick?
a dare. Yeah.
Dude, you're doing lots of dares. You must.
I like to live on the edge.
Oh, I like this one too. Because we answered
did it last time?
Yeah. I was kind of hoping I got this one because anyways, you must downgrade one deluxe resort to a moderate, which gets demoted.
Oh yeah.
Remember what I said?
Yeah.
Because you agreed with me, so I don't know if you're gonna pick that one. You don't have to.
Yeah, I do remember this question from last week. It seems like such a long time ago. I would personally probably go with almost an old Key West at first because it, to me, is a lot like Caribbean Beach.
Okay.
And just to set up the layout, we might have said this before. It's lost to the world forever. The ghost took it. The haint took it. But if you, I know we've said this in other episodes, if you pick up the Contemporary and you put it anywhere else on property, it's not a deluxe resort. It's a Hilton.
Okay.
Like,
What about what I said last episode, or not last episode, but nobody heard this. So
Yeah.
I'm saying it for the first time, I guess. I said the Riviera
Riviera, that's right. You did say that.
because
Yeah, I get that too. That's another one.
there's
If you
no
pick it
grand
up,
lobby.
yeah, and if you pick it up and you put it anywhere else, location is such a factor. But you have to think, the same way that Grand Destino can easily get an upgrade to a deluxe.
Correct.
Riviera has that deluxe vibe and feel. It is that boutique hotel. That's how it was built, is as a boutique hotel in the French Riviera, right?
Okay.
So that's where I would argue downgrading that one. But yes, if you pick it up and you put it over where the All-Stars are, maybe it's a different, maybe that's a different answer. I don't know.
Well,
But
anyway, so what's your final answer?
honestly, my final answer would probably be Old Key West. Plus, it's filled with all those retirees. So what do they care what it's categorized at? All right, truth or dare, Rhonda?
Let's see. I'll do a dare.
Okay, dare. Over here.
And the universal hat.
In the universal hat. All right. You have to combine 2 resorts into one mega resort. What combo are you creating? And I don't think you'd have to think about proximity. Like, you don't have to think, oh, well, these 2 are next to each
Caribbean
other.
and Polly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, I don't know. When you said that, I was like thinking what's like one. No,
I mean, you're thinking of similar theming.
yeah.
Caribbean
yeah.
vibe, Polynesian vibe.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Um,
Is Port Orleans already one mega resort?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 100%. Because you have Port Orleans Riverside, excuse me, and Port Orleans, New Orleans.
French Quarter.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry. But I'm thinking we went to New Orleans.
Right.
And so I feel like now Lucy didn't take us over and show us like the fancy houses, but I mean, they're over there,
Right.
I'm
But
sure.
we stayed, blocks from the French Quarter. So.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, as far as in, yes, a mega resort, I feel they already have
that
it.
already is.
I don't.
So
What-
Poly Caribbean?
I mean,
You think your final answer?
I guess if I had to like put 2 together or something like that,
Wilderness
sure.
Animal Kingdom, the Lodge Resort. You have both very different sides, but you've got the lodges, I guess.
Or Wilderness Lodge. I mean, no Wilderness, Fort Wilderness, and
Lakeshore Lodge.
yeah, there you go.
I think those are already going to be one mega resort, I think, by the time this is done. All right, I'll move over to a truth because I've done so many dares. So read me my truth.
All right. What resort would you never pay full price to stay at again?
I feel
Oh,
bad for the
Old Key-
Contemporary.
I'm like, I thought you were going
I
to
feel
say
bad
Old
for the
Key West again.
Contemporary because It was now. To be fair, we've never paid full price to stay at the Contemporary.
My client, he just got. They're staying like almost like a air quote unquote week.
Mm-hmm.
And that meaning, during the week, Monday, Tuesday,
Like
Wednesday,
Friday
Thursday.
okay,
Yeah. Because they're staying 2 nights, and I don't remember the first 2, but the second 2 at Contemporary. And I was like, now he is only 25 years old. And his girlfriend just graduated nursing school. And literally I was like, y'all staying at the Contemporary? And he said she got a really good deal. And I think he said it was only like maybe a little over 3 a night. And I was like, oh, wow.
Was she going for a conference?
No.
Oh, you said she was a nurse, and a lot of times they do medical conference in there, and they get really good rates.
I know.
Actually.
She said she found it now. I think they're staying in the garden wing, which I'm like,
right.
Ooh, I'm like excited. And then I even said,
well, those were redone.
Right. And then I even said, well, maybe I'll get upgraded because she just graduated. I don't know. Something. And he was like, she's hoping the same thing, which was super cute. But anyways, I just was like, oh, wow.
Yeah. Again, we've stayed at Contemporary twice. One time we had Coronado booked. We got bumped to the garden wing, so we didn't pay full price then.
Right.
The other time that we were able to stay, my brother paid for our night, so it's not that we paid full price or any price. But I'm just trying to think of and that was still, when we stayed that night and had the theme park view and all, that wasn't rack rate still. That was still a deal. Like it said full price, right? So I'm thinking of like no pass holder deals or Florida resident deals or, whatever, summer something deals. So for me, I have to think about one of those. Yeah, that is a tough one.
I feel like, I hate to say it this way, I feel like if it was my answer, I would be like, I wouldn't pay full price for any of them. Because
that's a good point. Yeah,
because
everything is ridiculously priced,
and they always are given deals.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, it's Kohl's or something where, hey, this is the real price.
Like, you saved $400 a night,
right?
No, I didn't.
And if I didn't, I look like I did, and that's great.
But to be fair, you are paying rack rate if you want to take advantage of something like the free dining, dining type deals. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like you're not getting deals on the room to get some of those other deals like free dining and all. So,
but they have to get their money somewhere. So
of course. But I'm just saying that's the time that you would pay actual full price rack rate. But even if full price is the deals, I would put there. I would potentially say Old Key West as well.
I think if I had all the money in the world, if I was, who they say, Jeff Bezos, if I was him and I didn't care and I could pay rack rate every single time, here's my honest to God answer, probably Pop Century. I would be like, well, that's just stupid.
Yeah, you got rooms at rack rate going into 300s or
I'd
so.
be like, no.
Like you're right. That's kind of ridiculous.
I'll go stay at Art of Animation in a family suite, have 2 bathrooms.
Yeah, even if it's $700-800.
Even if it's just me and you. Yeah, 100%. And because you still have the Skyliner.
Right.
And so, I would never. Pop Century is now just a value.
We started hating on that place. Have you noticed that recently? Like I really, every time we go to look at a room, Pop Century doesn't even really show up on my radar because I'd rather save the money and stay at an All-Star personally for us.
Mm-hmm. I kind of agree.
Yeah. So, all right, truth or dare? Rhonda?
Truth.
Going for the truth hat.
Yeah.
Let's see what she gets. She gets which resort has the worst food options overall? I would probably almost take the values out of it because you're just dealing with food courts.
I just started to say the values.
If you're thinking of moderates, which do you think has the worst food options in the moderates?
Caribbean Beach, maybe.
Okay.
And I'm just thinking because we went to Riviera for Caribbean. want the.
Yeah.
We were staying there.
Yeah.
And our food, we were like, I don't want that. I don't want that. So we went to Riviera.
Yep. How about Deluxe then? Would you say has the worst food options?
Old Key West.
You're hating on some Old Key West today.
I mean, it's just Olivia's which is good.
Saratoga Springs? Well, they have the Turf Club
I don't
Inn,
think
which
of.
we haven't dined at.
I know. I don't think of
but
that because of the proximity to Disney Springs.
Yeah, but you have to.
Why?
So, because you're not counting in this scenario. We're talking resorts. We're talking resort.
I know,
food.
but you could walk to Old Key. I mean, I just heard to say Old Key West is like.
No, we're not playing that game. No, I'm not allowing that one. I allowed you something earlier. I'm not allowing that one. You were talking about the restaurants that are within Saratoga Springs, that are within Old Key West. The only one I could give you is potentially Boardwalk, because that is the Boardwalk, and I'm finally on team Boardwalk has restaurants because it has Flying Fish and Trattoria and
That's on the boardwalk.
But it's a part of it. Disney Springs is not part of Saratoga Springs. I don't care that they both have springs in the name. They don't count.
That's the only thing.
What's
that
your
has
final answer, Regis Philbin? What's your
Old
final
Key
answer?
West.
Old Key West. So out of Old Key West then and Caribbean Beach, which would you say has the worst food options? See how I help narrow this down for you?
Probably Old Key West.
Old Key West.
To me.
All right. Okay. I'm going to pick a dare
Okay.
because I didn't last time. And here's my dare.
Okay. Oh gosh. Almost ripped it. Which Disney resort should get the next major expansion?
Oh, this one came up in the episode To Never Be Heard, and I don't remember my answer.
That did?
But yeah, I think it did.
If we don't get the one I'm thinking of, I want to
You might just answer it.
I want
anyway
to
at the end.
talk about it and say
Okay.
it.
You'll have to remember that.
Oh, I will.
We'll get the next major expansion. You know, I don't know. I love the Grand Destino Tower. I love the Poly Tower. I think I do remember my answer. Lakeshore Lodge is not part of Fort Wilderness. That is not the plan.
Correct.
It doesn't matter that it is basically going to be sitting on top of it.
I do remember your answer now.
I wish they had done this when they put in the new cabins, but they didn't. I believe, I'm not looking at an aerial view or anything, there is still some land in the area. I would love to see a whole other loop or two of cabins that offer 2-bedroom, potentially 3-bedroom, something like that. You know, even if that those tiny houses that we stayed in up at Island Oak RV Park in Jacksonville.
Yes.
Really, really cool. You know, these things were probably close to the square footage in the sense of one of the cabins, but
100%.
They were 2-bedroom with a loft.
Yep.
Some of them.
Yep.
And I would love to see an opportunity or an option like that because
one bathroom and
which is fine.
Sat well.
Yeah.
Because of where it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't, on the opposite side.
Right. It was
and
dead in the middle, pretty much.
And then I think a couch you could have slept on as well.
No, those did not have pull-out couches because you had the loft.
Okay.
So they'd still sleep 6. As much as I really do love the cabins, it is made for very particular families and groups, If anything, I wish that maybe instead the bunk bed situation in the main bedroom there was more like a cruise line. Where you have a top fold down bunk or pull down from ceiling, and then you have a bottom kind of couch futon thing that converts into a bed. Something like that I think would have made more sense.
Because I was going to say, I don't think the layout of the cabins are great for like A, 2 adults or B, 4 adults.
Right.
So why would we ever want to like share that at Fort Wilderness with, friends?
Right. Yeah. It's a weird one. And then I have to think about, I tend to get up earlier or whatever it may be. So all of a sudden you get stuck in a room or an area because you go, all right, we're going with our friends who aren't going to get up as early as I am. So we have to give them the closed off bedroom.
Right.
We have to sleep out on the Murphy bed so we don't wake anybody, whatever it may be.
But then you're still like in the middle of the night if you have to go to the bathroom. If it's me, you, Chuck, and Amy, we're all older now and we have to get up in the middle of the night. So, if they're in the bedroom, they're trampsing through ours, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's not ideal. Whereas, like you were just talking about those tiny homes.
Or basically take the layout of a poly DVC room with the 1.5 baths and add a bedroom to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they can be a smaller bedroom. They can be whatever, like even something like that. So you'd almost have it'd almost be like a 1-bedroom lock off in the DVC situation, but condensed into a cabin.
Yeah.
So you have either a Jack and Jill style bathroom between 2 rooms, or you have kind of that 1.5 bath. So that is my final answer. All right. 7th round, truth or dare, Rhonda?
Dare.
Dare. Pick your dare. All right. Let's see if you got a good one. It's a short one. Pick the ultimate rainy day resort.
Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah.
I said that last time.
Yep, you did, and I agree with you completely still.
Again, because my main reason is because, and I say again, I'm sorry, nobody ever heard this, is because where you're staying, if you're staying at, what is it, Copper Creek, or like you can get from your room without getting wet to the main lobby. Yep. I'll never forget one of the major Florida monsoons. I wouldn't even call it a rainstorm, a monsoon, thunder, lightning, all the craziness, major rain, winds. We were in Wilderness Lodge and sitting in that main lobby, and here I'm thinking, I really hope these windows are hurricane proof, and they have to be.
Well, yeah,
because hurricanes do come to Florida. And with all that being said, it just was, excuse me, really, really cool to sit there, and then you just had so much space and so much room. So,
but you're 100% right on the access to everything. Other than if you wanted to grab something to eat at Geyser Point, you are connected to everything with a roof over your head.
Yep.
All the restaurants, the shopping, the everything, your rooms, whether you're Copper Creek, Main Lodge, all of that. So good call. All right. I'll go back, I guess, with a truth on my round 7. Here you go.
Which resort lobby is the most disappointing in person?
Old Key West. No,
the last
well, we have to
time
think
you
about
said.
so my thought on this one is when it says in person, that makes me go, all right, you've seen photos of it, and that right. And maybe you get in person and it doesn't do it the same justice. Right. The photos of Wilderness Lodge do it justice in person. The photos of Animal Kingdom Lodge, of Grand Flow, of the Poly, of not the Contemporary. And here's the thing, too. What is the lobby of the Contemporary? It was when you first walk in to check in for your flight on the bottom floor?
Right.
Or is it when you go up the escalators and you actually get to the shopping and the dining because that's pretty impressive.
Impressive.
Right? So all of those, I could definitely say I could put Riviera up there for the simple fact that you could make photos of that, and it truly is still stunning, but the size of it is so small.
Yeah.
And when you walk in that front door of Riviera and they're like, welcome home, and then you're like, well, who are all these people in my home? When that place is busy, that lobby feels half as small as it already is. And it is a very tiny lobby to begin with. Is. So, and it doesn't have that obviously open feeling, even though you've got the gift shop there, you got to go through doors, you've got the cafe there. I don't think photos do the opposite. Photos look better than it is in person at Riviera.
All right.
That's my answer.
All right.
We got 3 more. Truth or dare?
Truth.
Here it is. Take your truth. All right. Rhonda's next truth. Which deluxe resort has the weakest theming? If you say Old Key West, I swear somebody's coming for you.
We had this one the last time too, and I'm trying to remember what I said. Because I hate to say it. Wait, which did it say, moderate, or did it say it just said resort? Because I started to say I love the values because of the life size stuff, but Pop Century, right? I mean, because
especially now they've ruined the lobby,
right?
They ruined it.
And then like
I don't know,
In
man.
the
I
rooms?
don't know. Pop Century. Well,
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
My brain's trying to think, and I'm speaking so I'm not dead air.
I think that's not my question, but maybe it'll help you. I think Saratoga
I
has
know.
the
I remember
weakest
you
connection.
said that. Yeah.
Because you truly have to understand what Saratoga Springs in New York is.
And we've never been.
And it's the horse racing and
Right.
it's, horses everywhere. So I think, this was your question though. So
I think you helped me with that last time.
it's saying weakest theming because here's the thing. You can't say any of the values have weak theming. You can say maybe you don't like it. Somebody could say, you're not going to say it, but somebody could say, I don't like the over the top theming of the value resorts.
It's so cute.
But that doesn't mean it's weak.
No.
Right?
Strong.
Strong like bull. All right. So did you answer that question?
Yeah, I'll say Saratoga.
Saratoga?
Because I still want to talk about my
Okay. I'm going to go with the dare. And here you go.
Oh gosh. Pick one Disney resort to completely retheme.
Saratoga.
Old Key West.
Saratoga. Gosh, one to completely retheme.
Yeah, what Pop Century?
I do wish that there was an opportunity. I'm glad we got Art of Animation. I wish that there had been opportunity for the legacy years. That would be the expansion one. That was another thought that I'd had before for the expansion resort was to build a tower at Pop Century. That would be those legacy years. The 1900s and up into 1940s. But that needs a re-theming. Yeah, honestly, I would go with
just saying what you.
What I would go with Saratoga. I think Saratoga's beautiful. But
what would you retheme it to?
I don't know because I don't feel like when I'm there, it doesn't give me that Disney feel. I do feel like I'm transported somewhere else.
Yeah,
but it doesn't. I don't get that I'm on Disney property feel in general when I'm just walking around it or whatever. So yeah, I would have to say Saratoga. What I would retheme it to, I don't know, because I have to think of what would fit. Like a villains isn't going to fit there,
right?
So I could almost. You've already got an all-star sports. I'm almost thinking of a sports theming because I think of Goofy and all of the different sports shorts he had, like when he played golf or he went skiing. Like I used to love those. Goofy shorts growing up, and so I could see something along the lines maybe of that, but I don't think the question said I had to retheme.
No.
Like, what was our retheme be? But all right, two more. Truth or dare?
Dare.
All right, dare is you must turn one Disney resort into an adults only resort. Which one? And not a dirty adults only. This isn't like a nude.
Goodness.
This isn't like a nudist camp.
Riviera.
Yeah. I think easily the best answer.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
get them kids out of there.
I think of like the cruise ship, and I mean, anytime I'm there, anyways, I feel like all the outside games are all like adult-ish.
Like kids play bocce ball because they like to throw things,
right?
But they're not really playing bocce ball, right? That is very much an adult club style something sport. Also, Riviera is a really good answer for that one, actually. All right, I'm gonna go with the truth for mine. Question 9. Here you go.
What's the worst resort room refurb Disney has done recently?
Pop Century, no. Man. I will say I will go with the value resorts. The All-Stars. I layout aside, because I've come to really enjoy the Murphy bed with it just being the two of us, because there's no more Shin Smasher 3000. Shout out to our friend Derek. Because we don't have to put that bed down when it's just you and I. So I like the layout. I hate that they are so bland and sterile. Okay. And you don't know what section you're in. I had some memories pop up on Facebook of us and the girls, over a decade ago, staying at All Stars, and those. I mean, remember when the comforters had colors to them?
Yep.
And you had that border around the wall, and like you had. I think you might have had, in in All-Star Sports, you had like a rack that was like baseball bats or something, or a baseball lamp or a basketball lamp.
Yeah.
I had a basketball lamp growing up that I loved. You could put your own basketball in it.
That's cool.
So literally it was like, it had the space for it and you put whatever ball you wanted in there.
That's cool.
So yeah, I would say I'm not a fan of those. When you look at some of the recent ones though, like Riverside, stunning. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they've gone, like they got rid of their designer
They've heard
team.
us.
Right. That's exactly
and they're
what
like,
it is.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So.
All right, we're going to the last question. I'm gonna do what I did last time. We're putting the truths away, and you have to pick a dare.
Oh.
So pick a dare, Rhonda.
I was going to say a truth, finish it off with a bit.
You don't get to because I made up rules. All right. Which resort has the best overall arrival moment? Oh, I feel like I know where you're going with
Wilderness
this one.
Lodge.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Agreed. 100%.
I mean, I'll never forget the first time we were staying at Fort Wilderness, and we
in a tent, I believe, or
yeah.
it might have been hobo camper.
something, and we are on the bus, and they had to go to Wilderness Lodge, and I was like, "What the heck? Why?" And I'll never forget pulling up under there and pulling up and dropping off. I was like, "Man, I guess the rich people stay here." And then I'll never forget it was for our birthdays, and we were staying, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to know what it's like. And it was just pulling up and going in. It was just incredible.
There's no better reveal because every other resort you see as it's I kind of liken it to the castle reveal,
Yeah.
and when you're coming from TTC or something, when you pull in, you're on property at Wilderness Lodge and you're like, where's the resort?
Yeah.
Where's the resort? And then you go under the Wilderness Lodge sign and you're like, where? Oh, there it is. And you come
It's
around
just
that
so cool.
corner. Animal Kingdom does a very similar job, but just not the same way that Wilderness
Correct.
Lodge does. So,
Well,
I
I'm
agree.
going to go ahead and
Well, let me do mine. I got to finish.
and then
you can
we'll
go back to whatever. Yeah.
to my last
All right.
one, my
Here's
major
last
one.
Dare for Jer.
You must permanently move into a Disney resort room. Which room
Validation.
type are you choosing?
Oh, room type.
I'm like, dude.
I want to make it realistic. So because I would move into the 2-level, 3-bedroom, suite at Animal Kingdom Lodge, right? Like who wouldn't say that? But if I'm really trying to think, I would go with. Actually, you know what? I loved that 2-bedroom that we stayed in with Chuck and Amy at Copper Creek.
Yeah, that was
I would
really
pick that
cool.
one. That split 2-bedroom, like
The kitchen. And
oh my God, do you remember the whole closet area and bathroom area that we had in that second bedroom?
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just amazing. And
Because
then
we would need 2 bedrooms.
because we need one for like an office studio, one whatever, you could cut hair out of it or something maybe. But yeah.
No, I'd go work at Bippy Boppity Boutique.
Yeah. Yeah. I would pick that 2-bedroom for sure over at Copper Creek.
Nice.
Which question did we not get this time that you wanted to talk about?
It said something like, what would you knock down? I can't remember the resort, but I can't remember the way it was spoken, but basically I was like art of animation, and I would take out the Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And make it a tower.
Yeah.
And possibly do Little Mermaid suites and just
Yes.
make that an entire.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you would consider it. I don't know if you would. I don't know if taking the Little Mermaid rooms out, if it would still be considered a value. Air quote unquote.
I think so. I think you maybe still consider it. Well, if you go all suites, no, you probably would move to a moderate at least, and being on the Skyliner and all that. But yeah, I could see that, and that would be a good one for that expansion one. That's not necessarily an expansion; that's a replacement. But
right, and
yeah,
I think
you
that's
tear
what it
that
was
down.
called. Something like I
Yeah.
can't remember the wording the way it went, but I just remember like that was a good one. I like that.
I like that one a lot too. All right, well, guys, thanks for listening. We are sorry about the audio issues again. We'll do everything we can to try and curb those happening as much in the future. So we will be back on the next episode tomorrow. We're going to bring back Resort Wars because there are a few that we have missed. And so we are going to do Resort Wars, Yacht versus Beach Club, which will be interesting because they share many of the same amenities. From there, we're going to do a little bit. We're going to go outside of Disney owned, and we're going to do Boardwalk versus Swan Reserve because they're both kind of that more smaller boutique style.
Okay.
And then we're We're going to take
Boardwalk is
winners.
huge.
After that, we're going to take winners from past Resort Wars episodes, and we're going to pit them against each other. And eventually, in the end, we'll have the ultimate resort winner.
Oh, my goodness.
So if you want to hear all that, you got to hit subscribe, get brand new episodes, usually every Tuesday and Friday. And Rhonda and I, we would be very thankful if you could please leave us a rating and review.
Because it'll help our show grow.
And that's all we've got. We'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.